Welcome to the channel. Thank you everybody for tuning in. On today's video, this is going to be an unboxing and not a review. We're going to be looking at a model which I have reviewed previously, but this is a different variant. Now I placed my usual order with Heimdallr and I went for something with a different dial option. So the watch that we are going to be looking at and unboxing is a Bronze SKX. Now I have done a full comprehensive review on this previously. I will try and link the video within the description, and this is a different dial variant. Now Heimdallr, if you've been keeping up with their website and you know their models, up until the Monster that's been released, they've just been filling gaps, I would say. So they've released a few watches, albeit not new watches, they've just replaced dials. They've done that with the 6105 Captain Willard Homage, they've done that with the SKX. It's the stainless steel version. They've released it with a Monster style dial, and they've also released a few different variants like the Marine Master style dial. And I've gone and got myself a Bronze SKX with a black Marine Master style dial. Not only am I going to just do an unboxing on this, I'm also going to catch up with the previous Bronze SKX Homage that I did, the review one. I actually kept one, and I just want to show you how that bronze patina develops, or the oxidization. So before I continue, you know the script. Please hit that subscribe button. Remember to leave a comment in the comment section, and also remember to hit that notifications bell so you're up to date with all of the latest reviews. Also check the links in the description. More often than not, there will be affiliated links to AliExpress within that description. Thank you guys for the support that you have given so far. So just please use those affiliated links, and that will allow me to continue to do reviews and provide the content that you guys like and appreciate. So less talking and more unboxing. Talking about unboxing, Heimdallr's boxes are absolute pants. I don't really like them. The watch doesn't even fit correctly, and I find that quite annoying when you're taking watches in and out. So we'll just throw that out the way. It comes with this usual stuff: warranty card, instruction manual, etc, etc. So this is the SKX Bronze Homage from Heimdallr. Now they have done a few dial variants, and the ones I did, they do a SKX style dial, they do green, black, blue, all sunray dials, and the ones I covered were the SKX style dial with the SKX style indices. Now those I done a few months ago, so I decided to keep one. And the main difference between the SKX Homage that Heimdallr do from the bronze and the stainless steel one is that stainless steel one, they actually made, is it 2 or 3 versions, I'm not entirely sure, but I know they did upgrade that stainless steel case, because the stainless steel case had a problem where the crown guards were too long and it was sort of digging into the fingers. Now that was the only case that they upgraded. So interestingly enough, they did not upgrade the bronze. So this does have the crown guards that slightly extend just that little bit too much, and you do kind of catch your fingertip on it. The other upgrade which they did go ahead with was the ceramic bezel insert with a pip. Is a lot smaller. It's a lot, how can I say, yeah, it's a lot thinner. The pip on the original one was just too stuck out too much. Now it makes sense, because bezel inserts, you know, once you upgraded one, then you're going to use that insert for the rest. Now with this model, as you can see, it's got the Marine Master style dial. The ceramic bezel insert used on this is the same from the other SKX bronze case, but one thing I can say with Heimdallr, I've taken a few of these apart. The parts they use are really top quality. The dials, for example, they use are actually really good compared to a lot of the other homages that I have taken apart. You know, they've got multiple layers of like lacquer applied, and they've got some great sunray pattern. Now I'm just trying to catch some light. So this is like almost a satin finish to the actual dial. So this does, hopefully you can see that, does have a nice satin finish to that dial, and you'll see the Marine Master style indices on the dial. You've got the dual baton design, and you've got the single batons on the 9 and the 6, and then you've got the circular hour markers around the rest of the dial, and you've also got this gilt polished outline to those, and also around the date frame. Great, detailing there. And the hands, just look at the hands. Let's try and give you guys a bit more of a close-up. You can see that quality and finish on those hands, style hands of course, and through the center you can see this linear brushing, and the edges are chamfered and polished, and you've got a polished second hand in that very familiar style. Specifications, so it's a bronze. Now the bronze used is C954. It's not your usual copper tin bronze mix that you see, so that bronze is a lot darker. This is a lot lighter, so it's a bit more borderline brass goldy looking, and the composition for this is aluminium and copper, so that's why it gives it the lighter color. Now this will oxidize quite differently to the darker bronze. Case in point, I'm wearing one right on my wrist here, and you can see clear color difference. So this will oxidize slightly differently. It's not going to go as green, and it's not going to get that that typical patina that you see in a lot of the pictures. So as well as that, it runs NS35 Seiko Epson movement, which is a 24 jewel movement, gives you hand winding, hacking, all the standard mod cons that we need. And also you've got a ceramic bezel insert, you've got a flat sapphire crystal with a very slight chamfer, and what you'll notice is there isn't a lot of AR coating. Now I'm glad that Heimdallr do this. Heimdallr is one of the fewer Homage brands that don't actually apply a lot of AR coating. They do have some watches which actually there is no AR coating that you can visibly see, and I like that because as we've seen on a lot of the watches, the AR coating can overpower the look on the dial, and then it takes you completely away from the the beauty or the detail that is visible on the dial. So you've got a crown, screw down crown, you've got 300 meters of water resistance at the bottom of the dial, you've got printing, you've got Heimdallr printed on at the 12 o'clock, and then at the 6 o'clock you've got Shockmaster automatic 300 meters in the gilt. Very well done, very well executed. Now I don't know how you guys feel with this style of dial on there. I think it does look quite good. The pictures don't actually do it justice. It looks a lot better in hand. Now Heimdallr also do different hand options as well as dial options, but this one I could not see an option on the website for the Sharky logo, and I don't really mind the text at the 12 o'clock, but this is what they had, and that's what I went for. Dimensionally it is very close to the original SKX 007, and we turn it around, we've got a stainless steel case back. It comes on this thick rubber dive strap. It's a lot better than the Gen 1 dive straps that you see on the older models from Seiko. They're quite tough. This one is quite thick, but not as supple as the newer ones that you see from Seiko. But you've got matching bronze hardware with Heimdallr engraved across. So this is always going to be popular, because of the fact that it is homaging. And let's show you the difference now and how this bronze will oxidize. So as I mentioned, I kept one of the SKX bronze homages that I did a review on a few months back, and let's bring that into the shot here. Now you'll notice a few differences. Well, one main difference, I did modify this. I mentioned in that video that I will be looking to modify it, and all I actually did, I replaced the dial with a genuine SKX 007 dial. And this is a keeper. This is something which is part of my collection, and I stuck with the original Heimdallr hands. Now the lume applied and the lume used by Heimdallr is C3 Super Luminova. It's different to the one that Seiko use, which is Lumibright, their proprietary lume, and the Heimdallr's lume is super bright. Actually, takes over. So the lume on the hands is a lot brighter than the lume on the dial, even though the lume used by Seiko is exceptionally good as well. So you can see that with this and this, pretty much same thing, but I've just modded mine and I've put this really nice natural dark brown leather strap. Now this leather strap, there is a supply on AliExpress. If I remember to, I'll put a link in the description. If not, please remind me in the comment section. These straps you can get from a company called Maikes They do really nice straps. You know, you can see that color change when you do bend it, and you see all this natural sort of skin texture on the actual leather strap. So I think I really do like this look. But let's focus on what we're trying to show you here, which is how the patina has developed. Now, like I said, I've had this for a few months. I haven't tried to force the patina at all. I really like to see how the watch naturally does it. This has been out in the elements, and you can see what it actually does. It just gets quite dull initially. So where you can see this is fresh, it was wrapped and sealed when it came to me. I just only got this in, and you can see how shiny it looks and very much like brass or gold. You know, over time it gets this really nice rustic look. It does get quite dull, looks a lot closer to brass, and you might see a few like blemishes appear from, you know, oil or whatever it's had contact with. But I really do like the way this does develop that patina. It's nothing extreme, so if you're not a fan of that crazy oxidization where they look like copper pipes, you know, with or like really old plumbing, go with this type of bronze. Just look at that. So the whole polish surface is gone and it's totally become matte, and I think that does look quite nice. It took me a while to actually get on the bronze bandwagon. I remember when they first come out, you know, I was saying I'm not really a fan, but to be honest, I tried one. You know, as a YouTube reviewer as well, you do need to try these different kind of watches and cases. Actually was pleasantly surprised, and now I do have a fair few bronze watches, and I don't shy away from them as I usually did. So sterile crown, I went for a sterile case back, and there we go. This is the mod version. This is how it's developed. Now I also kept the bronze Heimdallr 6209 turtle homage, and I kept the one with the green dial and with the bronze ceramic, sorry, with the bronze bezel insert. And you can see that also has developed a very similar patina. I like how it dulls down, and you can still see some of the brushing around. Now you might get some darkening around the lugs, you might get some spots where it's a bit darker, it just starts to darken and get a bit dull, but that's, you know, part of the whole experience, I'd say, with bronze. So they've come along quite nicely actually, nothing dramatic, you know, easily, you can tolerate it easy if you know, if the overly oxidized look isn't for you. And there we go, that's what a fresh one looks like. Now you can see sometimes, even if you order these brand new, you might get some of these staining on there, but that's absolutely natural. You know, it could be from the adhesive that it came in contact with, because they do wrap it in some sticky plastic. But you can reset this, from what I've read, using some something acidic, so maybe some vinegar, lemon juice, bicarb soda I think, and just leave it in overnight, and it works fine. Point to mention, you know, stuff like the crowns especially, they actually are stainless steel from inside, so the thread and the inside of the crown, don't know if you can see, is actually stainless steel, so that's not going to oxidize. You know, that will remain functioning absolutely fine. So I think I've covered everything. Nothing else more to say on this. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.